My father started the clinic in 1947. I joined in 82.
Okay.
Why this is important? He gave in-house X-rays in 1947. X-ray came to UK at 1925, India in 1940s. And X-ray was used not by medical industry first, it was used by steel industry to see the strength of steel, and by modeling industry to see what model is wearing under the dress and what is there in stiletto. Finally it came for medical diagnosis. And my father got a X-ray machine just to help the people so that they didn't have to go outside. And I am proud to say, from the day he began practice, 16th August 1947 to the day I ended the practice, 14th May 2015, we had X-ray every day. Though final years the X-ray hardly used, maybe 1 or 2 a day. We could have easily closed it. We have to maintain, but we don't earn. But still, it was his wish. On his deathbed, he said, don't close. We want not a single person should go back because you didn't offer an X-ray. And he has another principle, queue service, and then when he asked, tell the charge. We never told the charge before they asked. We never told the charge before he asked. And if he doesn't pay, don't take back anything. Bless and send them. We had people coming from Arabian Gulf, my father's clinic, that time. I can still remember the image, white robes they were wearing. They came with the dates and spices. They went back with the rice, jaggery and medicines. They will go to Bandar, buy rice, jaggery. Final, they come to my father. They will buy medicines for 1 year. And then there is shortage of money. He will write on a black book. I wish I had kept the book. He will write on a book. They will go. I said, how do you know they will come? When they will come? They are honest. They will come. They will pay. If they don't pay, you have done service. Never deny a patient. This was the principle till the end. We never refused a patient.
And I remember, you are the only doctor I know, a private practitioner, who was giving a receipt for the consultation fee. When I brought my mother to you, I was surprised. I told you, I don't want a receipt and all that. Then you said, no, I am giving to everyone because I am a taxpayer.
Yes.
So I am giving you the receipt. So that shows the honesty. Very rarely we see people like you.
I never had any harassment from the income tax department. They were very cordial.
That's great. So you spent from 1982 to 2014.
2015. I was working in my father's clinic. Also, I was visiting hospitals.
So
that was the style at that time.
You retired from KMC or you still had service?
I had service. I was asked to go to Malaysia because they needed a senior person. At that time, I was at the peak of my career. I asked Shobha, my wife, and what should I do? Because should I continue and refuse that, or should I? She said one day.
Then your daughters had grown up?
Yeah, they had grown up and they had told me that they are not joining me.
But they had completed
they were in some process of completion. They were in the direction.
Okay.
So they both told me that we are not interested in joining you because the way you practice, we cannot practice. It was a 24/7. Phone was never off. I used to work 19 hours, sleep at 11:30, wake up at 4:30. They said, this is not our cup of tea. You love your practice, you are passionate, we cannot do this. They were honest. My wife said, one day you have to retire, better do it now when you are at your peak. I remember Sunil Gavaskar, people should ask why and not why not. He retired after a double century. This was in 2015.
2015.
Yeah, I got a request from my institution to go to Malaysia. And they said the senior man is required there for inspection at least 3 months. And
you had a short stint with the
Malacca.
No, this Kshema?
Yes, in between, before that.
Before that.
Before that.
Okay.
Mr. Vinayak Day, one of the rarest jumps I have seen. He was not a doctor, but he was one of the finest human beings I have seen. He was my client. Plus, he had some excellent qualities. So when he chose me as his physician, I was honored. I used to see him every week, and he was such a good person. He is such a good person. It's hard to find another person like him. So I got an opportunity to work there. I worked there 1.5 years. And that is the time Shema was coming up. It was, medicine department was headed by Dr. Amarnath Hegde, excellent human being, excellent doctor. And when he had a cardiac arrest at the end of his life, he was having cardiac arrest as he was giving a talk in the dais. He was revived. Twice it happened. He was revived, and finally he thanked and said thank you.
Oh.
That was the last.
Oh.
You can't imagine a person on the virtually death moment smiling and thanking. This was Dr. Amarnath Hegde.
Oh.
We had an occasion to meet unusual people, and that was institution was then headed by Dr. Shantaram Shetty, another rare human being with multiple talents and abilities. So I had a very good 1.5 years there, because I could get lot of reinvent myself, lot of contacts from Kerala. Our old students used to refer. So I had a very good time there. Then I came back to KMC, and then I moved to Malaysia, Malacca, Manipal, which is a sister concern of KMC. From there I moved to Ras Al-Khaima. Initially I thought it is for 1 year. Ras Al-Khaima incidentally is one of the 7 Emirates.
No. How come you came across that? Was it a coincidence?
This is a pure coincidence. Many times in my alumni meet, every year.
Because I was surprised when I wanted you to come for Kaapi with Kudpi, you said I am not in Mangalore. So I was surprised.
In 2015 I moved, and this time also they asked me in the alumni group, why did you of all go to UAE? I said, no rational explanation. Probably I must have stolen a camel from an Arab in my past life, and I am repaying it now. Anyway.
Or maybe the Arab connection that your dad's patients were mostly from the Gulf,
maybe.
Or from Lakshadweep and all this.
Maybe some connection is there, and I moved there for a while. I thought it will be for 1 year.
But you are happy there?
I am happy there, because I am doing what I want to do. Initially,
but who built the hospital?
It is built by the Sheikh, not the hospital. The university.
Not Indians?
Not Indians. It is built by the Sheikh, and it is manned by the first person to start the university, Dr. Guru Madhav Rao.
It's a university. Okay.
University was started by Dr. Guru Madhav Rao, who was the vice principal, vice chancellor. He came from Manipal.
Oh.
But Manipal people didn't get involved in that later. But he headed the work, still there as the president.
Okay.
He is one of it was his brainchild, and he is doing an excellent work there.
Okay.
Dr. Guru Madhav Rao, who some of you may remember as a registrar from the Mahe. Yeah.
Okay.
So he is still there as the president, and Dean and CEO is now Dr. Bairi. Who joined after me. I joined in 2015, and the single-minded idea of only teaching. It was a foregone decision. I did not want any responsibilities, only teaching, and I am happy doing it. This is what I feel. The first years of our career, the first 30 years, are power-driven. I want to be better than others. I want to be the best. I want to be better than my colleague.
Because the age is like that.
Age is like that. The last few years, we are passion driven. I want my colleague to be better than me.
We become more philosophical.
Yes, you take a back seat.
Like you apply philosophy in almost everything you speak now. So that's the age.
That's the age.
That's the maturity.
That's the age. We have a colleague, Dr. Imran Rashid from Kashmir, a much younger person. He has a beautiful family, 2 boys. I make it a point. I tell in all meetings, he is the right hand of the department, which is true. He does all the complex things. I do the supervising and help him. We are 2 people for 500 students. We have got rotation happening in 2 campuses, Ras Al-Khaima and Fujairah, 3 years, which means 3 streams are running every day, 6 streams. And they asked us during the inspection, how are you doing it so meticulously? I gave 1-word answer. That person is coming next for the interview. He is doing it. Unless there is a leadership and teamwork, it cannot be done.
No, I was surprised because most of the people start their career in the Gulf and end up here. But you did the reverse.
Yes, I did the reverse. And incidentally, Dr. MP Pai did the same thing. After full career here,
he went to Muscat,
He went to, for 5 years. I've been there 8 years. That's the only difference. I think this is destiny. Nothing is planned.
But you are so versatile. You can fit in any the group at any age. So age is not a number at all for you.
Yes, no, that is the most important requirement. Yes, it's the most important requirement. We have to make sure the youngsters like us, and once they like us, the going is smooth. We can't demand respect. We have to command respect.
Yes.
And it is said the teacher is not only a teacher; he is also a manager, a role model, influencer, a person who emulates with others, think that we can learn from him. All roles of a teacher have to be fulfilled to be accepted as a teacher at international level.
Yes.
It is not your degree. I am this, I am that, I had this career, I did this, I wrote this book. Zero value. What are you today? How useful are you today to us? How you understand us? This is what is required.
That's great. So, good amount of philosophy there coming from the doctor. I like him for that actually. All the time I thought that he is just into academics and treating patients, talking about medicine. No, he is different. So I should say I was wrong. I was wrong in analyzing him because we never had the chance to talk.
We never met after that.
We never talked face to face like this.
I was very
Even
keen.
during student days, we were distant from academic oriented students, brilliant students. The category was different actually.
No. I have a friend with everyone, and I was looking for.
I know you are friendly. You are always smiling, and you recognized me wherever we met. You always smiled at me. You never let down anyone. I can say
that is always.
You never showed off that I am a great man or I am this thing. That was not there. You are a very simple man. I know. But we are not that intimate.
No, that is possible.
We
but
didn't have
even you have certain qualities. See, we have to learn from everyone. Today, what is called as.
No, we became friends on Facebook. So that is more than anything. But I am not active on Facebook except for my food page now.
I know. No, there is what is called today interprofessional. We have to learn from other professions. Like a doctor can't work alone. A pharmacist, nurse, physiotherapist. And today, it is interprofessional integration. It is a style of today's way of learning and teaching. I was asked to give a talk. I said, why today? It is there every day. I became an intern in Venlock Hospital. Every day there will be 25 admissions. So I went there, I have one apron, some syringes here, something is here, bottles here. One intern. I went there. One fellow is crying, he has not passed urine. So what to do? Put a catheter. I know, because I was a good student. Now they gave me catheter, put it. No one to ask, everybody is busy with their work. So I know I have to put catheter. The fellow is crying, how to put catheter, I don't know. I looked around, one man is standing there, he is the ward boy. He is standing there. That moment he became my teacher. You have to respect him as much as I respect Dr. MP Pai. He may be a word boy, but at that moment
he was your guru.
He was my teacher, he was my guru, and he said, this is how you put the catheter. When I took my first ECG as a consultant, I know about ECG, I know to read ECG, I don't know to take ECG. There was a lady, old lady, who was a nurse in ICU. She said, can I teach you? She was my teacher. And I always never forget these people. These are people like these, and these are the people who made me. It is not only the blackboard classroom. There were many teachers, and this is how I improved. And I consider them also at par with others.
I say it is your modesty that you accept it. You admit it. And I agree with you, because I have come across many people who have taught me how to do this and that. And I never thought that they are below my standards or even the students who can. Just to change the font size.
Yes.
In MS Word, there is the last font size is 7, I think, 8 or 7 maybe. So how to bring it down? A student told me, "Aap वहाँ type कर दीजिए, sir."
It will
you
come.
can do it.
Yes.
I was searching for 6, 5 and all those numbers. It is not there. Then he taught me.
You type it, it will come.
But once was enough. Once he taught me, then forever it remained in my mind. So everything, even about driving or whatever it is, survival in life.
Survival.
There are people who teach us many things.
Yes, true.
Yeah. Doctors, of course, you give us a second life. When we are on the verge of losing life, you give us life and all that. But there are people behind the screen in the hospital
Yes.
who work round the clock.
Exactly. You have to give credit to them. When a doctor helps you, there are 10 unseen people are helping that doctor to help you.
Yes.
There is a ward boy who gets that, a nurse who assists you, somebody who stands by there holding the hand, somebody who alerts you, somebody tells the patient relative that this is happening.
These
all are
things we
important.
know only when an emergency arises.
Yes.
Before that, we don't know.
We don't know, and we require everyone. We can't be alone. It is always a teamwork.
It is a teamwork.
A team may be with the named people or unnamed people. There is a team, and one important team player is God. We cannot forget that. There has to be faith. I always tell even the students, we started with faith first. The entire world started with faith. The first man came, there was nothing, only faith that something may happen good. He found a woman, he thought it is trustworthy. So faith, trust and hope. These are the three things which are needed for all the time. Faith in oneself and faith in God. Nothing is done by us, it happens. You may call it God, it may call it any other force, but it happens. I went to UAE, this is the answer, it is destiny. I had to go. Till then, I will continue to do something till I finish that requirement.
So, in the deal of talking about your academics, your listening to your philosophy and all these things, we forgot about your family. We kept them aside, your wife and daughters. Please tell us something about your marriage, your settling down, and whether your wife is working or... I heard that she is the daughter of ex-chairman of corporation.
Yeah, I got engaged to the daughter of the general manager and I got married to the daughter of chairman. What happened? He got promoted in the middle. JB Kamath.
JB Kamath. Okay.
Yeah, Jayavant Bhujang Kamath.
Okay.
And she is the backbone of our entire home, entire house. And she saw to it that, I got enough time for my profession. You are telling me I dedicated time to patients. I came and gave house visits. All this was possible because she was the support. I did not take much interest or time in the bringing up the children. Today also, if they have an issue, they will speak to her and not me. Probably deserve.
But your daughters showed interest in medicine or because of you or...
No, they were independently interested and they worked for that and got the seats. And my wife looked after me and them and my parents. I can never forget that gesture. She gave the best care to my parents and to me and to my children. She was a fantastic parent. Of course, she was known for a discipline. And people used to say military discipline.
So
the military discipline
got
is required.
In sometime
1982, I got married.
82, soon after MBBS.
Yeah, soon after, no.
MD.
Soon after MD. I got married, last part of my MD. 82, I got married. We just finished almost 40 years of togetherness in this May.
So your daughters married in...
I have two daughters.
They went abroad and got married or after marriage they settled
down? They got married and went. Older daughter Geeta is an oncologist.
Yes.
She did her MBBS in
in Toronto, is it?
Yeah, Toronto. An MD with me and DM in Bangalore, Kidwai. And went for a special training to Toronto where she did her fellowship in gynec oncology and fellowship in acute oncology. Now she is a faculty there. And younger daughter, she did her MBBS in Father Muller's again, MS ophthalmology in Shema. And she went to US. She got married to Viraj Wagle, who is an engineer. She went to US and she wanted to do ophthalmology, which is very difficult. She started with research. She is excellent in research, something that I can't claim myself. She got publications in one of the top journals called Nature. Publishing in Nature is a dream of everybody. So with the 25-30 publications and research articles, she got into one of the...
You must have published a lot of articles.
Lot of articles, but the quality of that level we can't get data.
And you are in the editorial board of Davidson and Hutchison.
I was there, yes, I am there. And she got into one of the Ivy League institutes for ophthalmology. She did her ophthalmology in Shema, but now she is doing it there in Brown University. My older daughter got married to Ajay Kamath, who is an ophthalmologist in UAE, and he is an excellent ophthalmologist, also having multiple talents, like the various course curriculum, quality. He is a master of that. So he has a very good name as a ophthalmologist and in these roles.
Okay.
He works for the government and also teaches in the university. So they are basically settled on their own. They need me less and less. So I'm having time for my own adventures.
So qualities of both.
Another thing I want to mention here, what we require to teach is not extremely latest things, the concrete things. And here I owe it to my postgraduate career, Dr. Ramesh Pai. I must mention him by name. He made sure I went through the mill. See, there is a drill of learning. Sometimes we are distracted. We think this much is enough. He made sure that I went through the drill. And this training I got from 1979 to 82 is today also helping me. As we age, old memories are strong. New memories are very difficult to remember. I remember every day of this training. He was instrumental in this. He used to be very strict. You must know this, you learn this. And we used to follow. I am ever grateful to Dr. Ramesh Pai. And now if you ask me what you had for breakfast yesterday morning, I don't remember. So what I say, we can identify the stamp, but no gum. The old gum and stamp was so strong, I still have the gum and the stamp. Today only stamp is there. I remember,
very good analogy.
but no gum. So what talent is needed for teaching is not extraordinary new things, but patience, listening, teaching, clarity, which I owe to my teachers mainly.
So that's a great attitude, I can say, because attributing all your success, all your abilities to your teachers.
Yes,
that's
it is 100%. And of course, God.
And I'm sure a lot of your students may also remember you and attribute their success
and
to
I
you.
will also attribute it to some of the students. Like you said, I learned something from my students and other students. Particularly COVID time when I went to YouTube, I found some very good students taking some beautiful classes. I knew more than them, but they could say it better than me. So I could understand how to make things better.
Yes, storytelling is important.
Yes.
Narrating a thing is important.
Narrating.
Taking class.
Yes.
Everything needs some talent.
And we can always improve. Initial years, as I told you, is power driven. We want to be the best. We want to see that we are better than others. Whereas last few years, we are passion driven. We want to be good, and today I want to be better than what I was yesterday. And I want to sleep peacefully.
Just like, people go for vintage cars and all
Yes.
that. They maintain vintage cars and feel more good in them after the age. After a certain age is caught up.
Correct.
Same way, our I think brain also thinks like that.
Brain also
It
thinks
goes
like
back in time.
We have to accept it.
Yeah.
We can't be running the race all the time. Sometimes we stand in the side and applaud
But
the others.
we have lived our age.
Yes, we have done what is expected. And
It was good when it lasted.
yes, and every day we can't run a new marathon. Sometimes you have to stand in the side wings and clap when the other fellow is running
You
better.
have to be a spectator sometimes.
You take the side wing, ring side view, till you can have something to contribute.
And you have class reunions and all that,
Yes,
old friends.
we
and-
have class
because
reunions.
in one photo I saw you in Dr. Prakash Shetty's album.
Yes.
That was in Bangalore, I think.
Yeah, we had 5
resort.
reunions from 2012 in Mangalore. Then we had one in Bangalore, one in Cochin, one in Madras. And this year, last week, we had in 2 weeks back, we had in Manipal. This is the 5th reunion.
Okay.
And incidentally, the 50th year of joining. We had 225 people who joined, out of which 30 remained in Manipal, 195 here, and almost 40 are no longer with us. They have expired. And those who are there, about 60 people came for the reunion. So it was a very successful reunion.
Dr. Chetan Bhandari, then Gurudat Kamath.
Yes. Gurudat Kamath took a lot of effort to organize this reunion.
Okay. Prakash Shetty is
Prakash
there.
Shetty, Divakar Rao, Dr. Gurudat Kamath, Arvind Naik Kamunje, these
Pai is
people organized.
Ganesh Pai was your classmate.
Yeah, Ganesh Pai was my classmate. Prakash Shetty and Ganesh Pai are very
they are
close friends.
inseparables.
Inseparable twins.
Yeah. So,
But this time Ganesh Pai didn't come because his son's marriage coincided with this.
okay. But he never misses any of the
No, he
reunions.
doesn't miss. This was an exceptional. He couldn't make it.
So, and about travel and all that, you have seen the world.
Yeah.
You have toured the world.
Yes. Not entire, but
Naturally, for some conference,
yes, we have gone and seen
seminars,
some
workshops.
parts. Yes. Thailand, Bangkok, Hong Kong, Singapore, Manila, and Georgia, Egypt. or Angkor Wat,
Oh,
yes, Vietnam,
okay.
UK, London, Glasgow, US, multiple cities, California, Rhode Island,
Australia, New Zealand.
Texas, and Toronto, Canada. I have not seen Australia, New Zealand, and other parts of Europe.
Hong Kong and
We
all
wanted to see Hong Kong. We have seen other parts of Europe. We wanted to go, but COVID came.
that. Okay.
Probably in future I will go.
And you are in the Gulf now, so it's fairly easier for
Yes,
you to
it is
travel
easier,
to Europe
yes.
and
it's easier
such
to
countries.
nearby countries of
Yeah,
Europe like
and
Turkey.
Russia, I think, because of the
It's very
war,
close.
nobody goes
Yeah,
there.
nobody goes, but it's easy to travel there when things are safe. But one thing I probably enjoyed was meeting people. If you love to meet people and interact with people, you can go on forever in teaching and practice.
That's
If
true.
you don't like people, please don't go for these jobs.
That's true.
You can be the best administrator. You start a hospital, and if you want money, don't go for these jobs. These jobs is you give more, maybe you get less, but you get tremendous satisfaction. If you want to be a successful teacher or a successful doctor, practitioner, or clinician, you have to like to speak to people, listen to people, and spend time with the people.
Your passions, apart from writing, what other passions you have? Something about cricket and all you told me
Sure.
during your
Cricket,
younger age.
my passion was cricket. When the test match was there, आम्ही सांगताना
Commentary.
कमेंट रेकूचे आमगे रेडिओ ना कोणाचंय ना आमगे ते म्हणणे काही एक करा रेडिओ असतं आमगे नेक्स्ट हांव सांगेल पळाच्युत म्हणून तांगे ते ओल्ड रेडिओ आशिल्ले HMB ते टेबलार दवरचे आम्ही 4-5 चेलान वचून डेली వచ్చే जायना इथं म्हणून क्लास परीक्षा पुरो आसता फ्री आशिल्ले संडे ते वचून ते कमेंट्री दवरता 9 गंटेरी तेन्ना म्हाका हुडगास आसा विजय मर्चंट आय एम स्पीकिंग फ्रॉम ब्रेबॉर्न स्टेडियम बॉम्बे म्हणटा आमकां कसं खुश जावचें आनी ते सांगता ते खंय प्लेयर्स आसाचे म्हूण 3 स्लिप्स गल्ली लॉंग ऑन लॉंग ऑफ मिड विकेट मिड ऑन मिड ऑफ मिड विकेट यो प्लेयर आमी एक ए फॉर पेपर काडून ते ड्रॉ करचे
पिक्चराइज
ड्रॉ करचे हंगा तो इंजिनियर फारूक इंजिनियर संग सरदेसाई एट द स्ट्राइकर्स एंड फारूक इंजिनियर नॉन स्ट्राइकर एंड दिलीप सरदेसाई all at the drive West Indies match all is coming to ball आम्ही तक थंय दुखून थंय ट्रॅक करता कितलो टायम वता घेवन पावचेक कितली स्पीड आसा ते वचून ते बॉल खंय वता गिब्स इज स्टँडिंग इन द सेकंड स्लिप इज कॅचिंग ते आमी ड्रॉ करता हंगाच गिब्स म्हणून and that was the passion we had.
That thrill you don't get while watching the match live.
That the commentary Vijay Merchant ala suka Vijay Merchant was telling ball by ball commentary as if you are seeing it. Excellent commentator. Anyway, आता तशी पेशन्स आहे ना तसं ऑपॉर्च्युनिटी आहे ना आणि तिथले वेळ बेस्टल जान आहे ना 25 ಮೇಡನ್ ಓವರ್ಸ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಅವ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ 25 ಮೇಡನ್ ಓವರ್ಸ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ 29 ಓವರ್ಸ್ 25 ಮೇಡನ್ ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕ ಅರೆ ಪಟೋಡಿ ಕಲ್ತಾಸ ನವಾಬ ಪಟೋಡಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಟನ್ ತನ್ನ ತೋಯತ್ತ ವಿಕೆಟ್ ಎದುರ ಎತ್ತ ಪ್ಯಾಡ್ ಆಡ್ದಿತ್ತ ಅಫಿಷಿಯಲಿ ಪ್ಯಾಡ್ ಆಡ್ದಿವತ್ತ ಆಸ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಆಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕಿಂಗ್ then Vijay Merchant and Sangile, what is this? He is every ball is coming and giving trying to prevent that with the pad, and he is doing it technically correct. Shall we call him Pedavdi? Not Petavdi. Shall we call him Pedavdi? A remarkable language, English, command over the game, and they did it for passion. Whether the player, commentator, everybody, the game was paid for and listened to, observed for passion. तंतु काही दुडवा सुद्धी ना 100 रुपये दे म्हणलं तांकां
तूं अंतू PPS वाशील की टीम
ना हांव PPS एडमायर करतालो तांकां नॉट प्लेइंग आमगेले कामत म्हण आशिल्ले ते
वय दयानंद कामत तो तागेली भयणी आमगेली टीचर आशिल्ली दयानंद कामत सिस्टर वॉज अवर टीचर इन कॅनरा स्कूल सो वी वर व्हेरी हाय रिगार्ड फॉर हर बिकॉज हर ब्रदर वॉज द क्रिकेटर वी हॅड रोल मॉडेल्स he was a great cricketer. So apart from cricket, what are only field games?
Field games. आम्ही आव सांगिल पडा पूरा गेम
baseball team, Canada school baseball.
No, baseball नाशिलो. But I played cricket.
But it was unique. Our school playing baseball.
Unique. आम्ही KMC was in Gandhinagar school compound. ताके wall ना. संजय मगे रमगेलता. 5 to 7. ते आम्ही क्रिकेट, underhand, overhand, rubber ball, cricket ball. कबड्डी वी प्लेड कुट्टी दोडणे मरेमंगा मागीर एक फळ आशिल्लें तें उडोवचें माडारी पुरो केलो गम्मत केलो we grew up, and that is where I
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಫೆಸ್ಟಿವಲ್ಸ್
festivals.
ತೇರು
ದೇವರು ಎಂಪರು ಬಟ್
ಅಕ್ವತ್ತ ಶಿಲ್ಕಿತ್ತು ಡೈಲಿ ಜವಣ ನೀವತ್ತ ಶಿಲ್ಕಿ
ಆಸ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಅಷ್ಟನ್ನು ಓದ್ತಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಔಟ್ ಓದ್ತಲ್ಲ. What I learnt was most important was interacting with others. That 5 to 7 taught me human interaction. There was no rich, no poor, no big, no small. All are equal. The child walking or the old man are all equal. And respect to hierarchy. Always respect the senior, unconditional. तो मग सांगतो 9 क्लासेस 8 क्लासेस मग Pythagoras theorem कळणी बरं तू कळणी म्हणता अरे अनंत नव्हतं कोई या निमगुच ताणे. See, we had a guidance from our peers. जाय म्हणून तो संघ ना त्यांना मग 3 theorem 3 रायडर असतात त्या शिकू काय यात सांगू जायना ना अनंत या निमगुच रे या करेक्ट होतं सुद्धा. This is how we were molded by our seniors. तू क्या कश जातो हांव शिकयता या ಇದು ಸುಲಭ या अशी ड्रॉ करी अशें येता कुडो मास्टर लावचे निमगी तो तुका सांगता एक्सपेरिमेंट करचे कशें म्हणून. This is the kind of teachers we had and we enjoyed learning. आमकां स्कूल वच्चे प्रोसेस घरा दोन वतना नो रिक्षा नो कार
पुरा नमुना फेस्टिवल्स आतां वी एन्जॉयड बिकॉज तेन्ना एंटरटेनमेंट म्हणा तेंची आतांची टीव्ही ना सोशल मीडिया ना
कसले ना
मोबाईल ना कसले
मोबाईल ना रिक्षा ना स्कूल वच्चे वचे प्रोसेस वच्चे भायर वच्चे गणपती आसा वत्ते प्रकाश शेट्टी आसा तूं वच्चे वत्तान एक चिंचे रूख मळता ताजी चिंच काडची अंबुले रूख दोन पत्तर मारता ते पत्तर अंबुली पडला री
डबल गुड्डा वच्चे
अंबुली पडती एक अंबुली 4 जन आसा आमी कशें कट करता आमगेल्या पेस्कात ब्लेड ना दिनाची ते नेला मारचे नेला मार 4 पुडी ती कुडक जाता ना ते आमगेले चेडे पुसूचे आणि the sharing was from heart. It was never for a intention म्हाका ताण हें दिवं का ना. It was done to just share the pleasure. So finally we reached the school. The process.
So childhood was very enjoyable.
Very enjoyable.
Each moment we lived.
we lived.
So that's great. Your passion for driving and fast cars and all.
Driving, no, fast cars, no. I enjoy driving, and now I don't drive. But when I drove, I enjoyed driving long distance. Once my wife learned driving and took over. Today I don't drive; she drives. But I still remember good old days when I drove. I enjoyed driving, not fast driving. I enjoyed driving. That was my pleasure.
So, what other activities?
Writing for magazines, reading. Reading was a
drawing
important
art. कौन art तुम्हें सोड़ा था?
Art, my wife, my daughters, गीत लाइक करता, ही करता. I don't मक्का एक लाइन गलू तय नासिल. मक्का विठल नाईक म्हणून मास्टर.
विठल दास नाईक.
ताण मक्का एक दिवस सांगले वरा तू हुशार शिकू का तू ड्राइंग शिकयता म्हणून.
Talking about Vital Das Naik, I should tell you a joke he used to say. It was a pun actually, not joke. Your father's name is included in that. He used to say, we are but, you are Shenoy. He always used to say, we are but and you are Shenoy.
एक दिवस तो म्हणालो तू ड्रॉइंग येना वाला कसं राहता हांव शिकयत तुका पळय बस मगेला बसलो बिग प्रिविलेज हांवें ड्रॉ करी एश करी म्हणून मार समजायला गेला पुसी म्हणून म्हाका येना ड्रॉइंग पुसू न्हू आनी दोन्ही पेज ओट्ट जालो त्या पेज न्ही नेक्स्ट पेज ओट्ट जालो तर म्हणालो जायना वयर तुका म्हणालो जायना वयर ही घेव बट वेन I wrote my X-ray book ताका हँड ड्रॉन पिक्चर करचे I was having a intention हँड ड्रॉन कोरता आर्टिस्ट गेलो म्हाका अज्जी करून दी म्हणालो म्हाका हें करूं टायम ना मरे वी आर बिजी विथ अवर वर्क वी कॅन डू ऑल दीस यू फायंड समबडी एल्स I was felt so bad. Then what I did, X-ray photo काढलो. OHP sheet म्हणून आशिल्लें. तें कटकोन ताजेर दवरून ट्रेस केलें. Today I can draw perfect for teaching purpose. I learnt myself how to draw.
Sketching.
This is another thing I learned.
Sketching.
Another message I want to give. Learn essential skills yourself. So that you don't have to depend on another person.
Like I learned how to assemble and service a computer.
Yes, you have to learn. Otherwise, you depend on everybody.
No basic education about computers.
Not required.
But when my engineer is not available, when I end up with some problem, I repaired it myself.
Yes.
Then I started assembling and selling computers.
Selling computers. This is exactly what is the knowledge domain and skills domain. You are a master of skills domain.
I heard that in the US,
yes,
people are recognized for practically doing things.
Yes, I went to California University, Riverside University. Skills lab म्हणून तू सांगला आसच्या पुरो आमकां क्राश पेशंट आसा इंडियान ಫಾರಿನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಇನಫ್ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ನಾ ಶಿಕೋಚಕ್ ಸೊ ತಂಕ ಮೆಷಿನರ್ ಶಿಕೇತಾಮ್ ಯಾ ಮರ್ಮರ ಯಾ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಯಾ ಲಂಗ್ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ ಆನ್ ಮೆನೆಕ್ವಿನ್ ಅದು ಅಂಗಲ ಅಂಗಡಿ ಪೊಳನ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬರ್ತಾ ಸರ್ ತಜೇರ್ ಶಿಕೇತಾಮಿ ಸೊ ते एडवांस करताची इट इज नियर ह्यूमन इट लुक्स लाइक ह्यूमन फील्स लाइक ह्यूमन इट स्पीक्स मेसेज records interacts this is called skills lab the skills lab polo jagelo riverside university because in my university I am the chairperson of skills lab so thing poledana it is headed by a fireman he is not a doctor he is a retired fireman with training so anybody with the passion and skill they take Kasi, I found in that university after the interaction, they told me, you join us, we find you very good, we take problem oriented. I said, no, I don't want to come to US, I am happy with UAE, I am continuing there and then I want to go back. The last message I want to give, learn to like people. If you like people, you will be a success because all the activities, you have to involve with other people. And the best thing is to learn to like that interaction, make it interesting for both, so that they remember you, you remember them.
Yes.
And this is how every day I remember today what I did, today how I am better than yesterday. So if you want to go for any profession with human interaction, you should like people and learn to interact.
Yes.
And that's the message I want to give
should
youngsters.
be good listeners also.
Listener, good speaker, good listener, and no WhatsApp.
Yeah.
The current style of feeding the data into computer, not looking at the patient is not my style. So this today's teaching without blackboard, all image is not my style. I use the light on and speak to the with the eye contact with all the students because that's the only way to remain alert. And PPT matra gan, PowerPoint gan, the day is not far off when the teacher will sleep or the student are sleeping. Day will come, teacher also will sleep during the class.
That's it, folks. Dr. Raghavendra Bhat for you. We had a very nice chat over Kaapi and snacks. And I'm sure he has liked our snacks, our mini hospitality, I can say, because we didn't make a lavish spread for him this time.
It was a wonderful snack. Rava idli, special sagu, special chutney, the sitafal, ramfal.
Don't increase the number of items because actually I can put it in short. I served him halwa, rava idli and this kaju katli.
Each one was made with affection.
Custard apple kaju katli.
Good quality, excellent quality. And the banana halwa was better than Taj Mahal.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It was better than Taj Mahal.
Yeah, always wanted to have you in my show and today it was possible. I am sure our viewers have got the right message from you. Apart from enlightening them with your medical knowledge, you have also enlightened them with your philosophy of life and you have been a role model to many, I'm sure, not only your students, to many others. And keep up the good work, doctor. Wish you all the best in your attempt.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming and gracing the occasion. And in our next show, you will see one more special personality. Rather 2 or 3 may be there. I'm not sure because as of now I know that one celebrity is coming in our show next. So saying goodbye to this celebrity and looking forward to the next celebrity. Until then, bye for now. Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Thank you very much, Shenoy ma'am. It was always my desire to be with you.
Dhanyavad.
It is a very successful vlogger, and it is a small role. I think I have lived up to your expectation as much as possible.
No.
We will meet again whenever I come. I will make it a point to spend some time.
Feelings are good,
Thank
doctor.
You. Thank you.
Thank you very
so
much.